And hello everybody, and welcome to St Botolph's Lane. You join me here at my very makeshift workbench in my new garden building, which I'm in the process of finishing off. The insulation is all done, underfloor heating is done. Okay, now this came up on the Model Centres pre-owned for £475. It's a Britannia Pacific Models Class 309 in lined maroon. Not a livery that I would have chosen, and well out of era for St Botolph's Lane and the forthcoming Hive Eastgate layout. But I thought, okay, let's try a Britannia Pacific Class 309. That's what it was up for, 475. It was apparently DCC fitted, just with marks to finish. I thought, okay, it's a lot of money, but a 309 from Britannia is 895 currently. I think this is quite an old model, looking at the email address on the box. So we take it out. Now, when it arrived from the model centre, they hadn't packed. There was nothing in this box to stop the unit from moving backwards and forwards. So it was in a mess. Luckily, the driving trailers survived. The worst casualty was the motor brake, as well as the trailer composite. And luckily, the other end, the other driving trailer, survived. Now, when I opened it, so the etched sides had completely come away from the trailer second. These are replica Railways chassis, and it must be a DC kits. Some of them are stamped replica. So yeah, I'd love to get hold of a DC kits Class 309 or any other Class 30XX, but they're virtually impossible. The motor brake standard or composite corridor, this was in a very bad way. The units are only held together. They're actually glued together. When you buy these from Britannia, they're kind of Evo stick impact adhesive, so you can pry them apart. Obviously, this is the maroon with the wraparound windscreens. Doesn't look too bad. Got to bear in mind this is a kit, so it's never going to be up to the standard of a ready-to-run model, but to me it does look like an unrefurbished Class 309. So I managed to glue the etched sides back and make it resemble a motor brake. Now, I was quite surprised. Really, I shouldn't have been surprised because it's an old model, but it's an old Hornby Ringfield motor that was fitted. So this would have been quite an old model from Britannia. There was lots of bits of lead, as you can see there, for additional weight. And there is a lot of flex in the chassis. Now, with the motor, it was quite a wiring mess. It still is, to be honest. The DCC chip was just hardwired into the motor. It does have pickups on all four axles. So yeah, you've got pickups on the trailing axle and on the original Hornby. Well, that's popped out. That's no good, is it? Okay, yeah, so you've got pickups on these wheels, but you've also got pickups fitted to the traction tyre wheels. So you'll get a little bit of pickup on those, but not a lot. Now, I did service the Ringfield, it ran in one direction fine, and the other direction it was shorting out the NCE power cab. That was even after I'd serviced the motor. It was a 5-pole Hornby Ringfield, so I took the chip out and just made it DC, and it ran absolutely fine. So I decided to get a replacement CD motor from Horns and Whistles, which I fitted into the original Hornby housing. Now these pickups that you could see are slightly misaligned. It's quite difficult because I've had to glue those in place and make sure they don't short out against the body of the motor. So I've also fitted an 8-pin DCC socket for extra reliability, and now we have a Locksound 5 decoder with a Stay Alive, also an EM2 speaker, and on the bottom another Sugar Cube speaker. I forget what these are called, but these were like a rail exclusive. Basically that was recommended to me by Lego Man Biffo, who has helped me enormously by suggesting I fit this speaker into the unit and take the original Sugar Cube out that I fitted. Now it's loaded with his class 304 sound file, which isn't even quite right for a 304 at the moment, but he is in the process of re-uploading some DC traction motor sounds and a replacement horn, because the current horn that's on 304 sound files, believe it or not, is from a Eurostar. So imminently, Lego Man lives up the road from me, so imminently I will be taking this back round and he's going to re-blow the chip once he's sorted the sound files, so the horns will sound right. The compressor sounds spot on, that's perfect, but just the DC traction motor sounds need to be a little bit more prominent, and maybe the sound of the tap changer as well. So this is all work in progress really. So I've had to kind of bodge the interior to the best I can to fit everything in, but I'll be going through the whole thing. It does run, it actually runs pretty smoothly, to be fair. You'll see from obviously the video, but what my intention is now is to give it a go of putting this back into blue-grey, so that it will still be outside slightly the era of my layout, because the unrefurbished 309s, sort of pre-85, and when they had the windscreen mods, there was still a couple knocking around, I believe, in around 1980. So it would be 1980 would be kind of the layout era. But to be honest, I couldn't care less. It's a 309. I like 309s. So yeah, this is just to dip my toe into some AC EMUs. So once this is, hopefully, the repaint is a success, I'm just dreading the white line in between the grey and the blue. What I've actually ordered from Wolseley Works are refurbished Class 309 etched sides, also that comes with 3D printed cabs, refurbished cabs that is, and a pantograph well. So far I've got 2 replica Railways Mark 1 coaches with Commonwealth bogies, so I need to get 2 more. So you can see where this is going. I'm going to give a 309 build a go myself. See if I can make some further improvements. See if I can make it better than what I've got here. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it is a kit. But it's a bespoke model which you can't get. The other thing I need to work on is the pantograph, because there's lacking in detail in the pantograph world. So I need to have a look at some pictures of 309s and maybe add some air tanks and some wiring and extra insulators, and maybe a better pantograph. I think that one is an offering from Summerfelt, so I'd need to look at an improvement. It's not too bad, but it just looks a little small, because that's HO, I take it. So yeah, that's the 309. I apologise for the lighting, because I don't actually have electrics in the building, so I'm just on a power pack and a USB desk lamp. Give you another look at these. Obviously no lights. There are seats fitted, so I shall fit passengers. I shall look into fitting pickups on the wheels and maybe adding coach lighting, because obviously being etched sides there'll be no light leakage, so I could add coach lighting. And obviously as this is an unrefurbished, it just had a single tail lamp, so I could maybe drill that out and fit a LED in there, and maybe look at illuminating the head code panels. So we'll see on that one. Now, what I did forget to mention is the model centre. Obviously, this arrived battered, absolutely battered, and I paid a lot of money for it, and I'm never going to get a second-hand 309 ever again. So I spoke to the model centre, and to be fair to the model centre, they were really, really good. They said I could send it back and either have a full refund, or they would probably have a go at repairing it. And let's be honest, they probably wouldn't want to repair it, so they'd give me a refund, so I wouldn't have a 309. They then said, well, with a discount, would you be prepared to repair it yourself? And I said, yes, of course, because I knew I could do something with it. So initially, they refunded me £150, which I think was quite good off the bat. Now, going on to the ring-filled motor, I then spoke to them again, and they explained the problem with the ring field. It needs changing, so they gave me another £20 off the price. So it was a total of £170 off the total price. So basically I paid £300 for this. So I'm quite happy. Yeah, it's still a lot of money, but I've got a 309 and a head start on a blue-grey 309 project, and with sound now. So yeah, quite happy with that. Now, what I've also done to improve the couplings is obviously on the leading end, cut the coupling off, because these were replica railways type couplings, but I've replaced the NEM pocket with 3D prints from Vectis 3D. Now, you'll notice that I've set that back quite a way on the bogie. That's right. If you do put a tension lock or a magnet, that sits perfectly. For me, same with the actual end you couple up with. So I've set the NEM pocket back, and I'm using these magnets from Golden Valley Hobbies. Now they get a nice close coupling, so if I just get the trailer standard, you'll see. So that's the closeness of the coupling, and obviously the magnets pivot, so you don't get any. Well, it negotiates the Pico Y points on St Botolph's Lane, and they're quite a tight radius without any trouble at all. So yeah, it does look. It looks okay. Now the motor, because of the Hornby motor bogie, sticks out a little bit further, so I've had to use a shorter magnet on this end, just to keep the gap the same. So yeah, it runs well in either direction, no derailments. There is a slight on this motor, I think it's more DCC CV settings. The motor sometimes at low speed it's a bit jerky. I've done a CV54 auto tune, but yeah, sometimes it's a little bit jerky. Obviously I need to, when I put the camera down, I can put the body back on properly. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about fitting the bodies once I've done the repaint, because obviously I do need access into them. I don't really want to glue them, so I might come up with something like magnets. I'm just using a little bit of black tack for now, and I've just broke the pantograph, but that goes back quite easily. So yeah, I can deal with that when I've put the camera away. So yeah, that's my 309. Hopefully the next time you see this will be in blue-grey, and maybe in the future we'll have some lighting and passengers and just some general improvements. So yeah, work in progress. But the first EMU and GE specific EMU, which is obviously right up my street, at Grace St Botolph's Lane. Right, okay everybody, thank you for watching, and enjoy the clips of the 309 running on the layout, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.